Hey, yo, what up, what up? It's Lemek with Salah Sports TV back at it again. Chill. Not really a sports video today, but you know what it is. We got to talk about this, man. First and foremost, I got to say, and this ain't, it's not me tooting my own horn or anything like that, but I just really, I really like to mostly avoid these things. I like to just peep it from a distance and stay out of it, right? But then there's certain instances where I think I like to chime in, right? The same thing happened when the Will Smith and Chris Rock thing happened. Like it's chaos, right? And I usually don't like to deal with other people's chaos, right? But you know me. I'm gonna speak above this situation, and then we're gonna get into the nitty gritty. Nitty gritty. So, what I like to say first and foremost is shit like this really shows the level that people are at, man. It shows the level that we at on a micro level as well as a macro level. It really does, man. Something like this can keep people's attention for so long, right? It really it shows like a lot of these dudes out here, a lot of these dudes, right? A lot of these dudes out here are messy as hell. A lot of these dudes are feminine hearted. Like, and it's not about me calling out names because I've said the same thing in their chat. You know who I'm talking to if I'm talking to you because I've said it to you in your chat. A lot of you guys chase drama. Whenever two black men are arguing, you can't wait to get over there to film it and see what's going on and talk about it and use it for content. Well, isn't that what you're doing? No, that's not what I'm doing. This shit is pretty much dead now. This is a week later. I'm not trying to ride any type of algorithm wave, clearly, right? So let's talk about this situation. Corey Holcomb, comedian Corey Holcomb, who I've always, here's the thing about Corey Holcomb. I've always liked Corey Holcomb, always. Right? Before he got his podcast, like I always thought Corey Holcomb was a funny motherfucker, man. Always. I followed his career. I've seen a lot of his shows. Corey Holcomb is that dude in my mind, right? Anton Daniels. I'm just painting a picture here. Anton Daniels, not really my cup of tea, right? Not really my type. I ain't gonna say my type, you know what I mean? But like, probably not the type of guy I would hang out with. You know, probably not. A little prissy. A little prissy, right? But here's the thing. Here's the thing, people. He has the right to be prissy. Like him being prissy doesn't, and this is just my opinion of him. He might not be. A little metro, right? And that's fine. But guess what? Anton Daniels, like, from what I see, the guy has a wife, he has a daughter, he's got women around him, you know, that he's helping out, he's taking care of. He's got people around him that he's taking care of. Right? He's got his family with him. To me, that's respectable. Prissy or not, that's respectable. We got to get out of this thing of he's not like me, so I'm gonna hate him, or he's a conservative, so like no. This is our problem. This is our problem now. Like it's like soon as somebody is conservative, you feel like you have the right to disrespect them, and you don't. Not even Corey Holcomb. So let's talk about this incident. It's a shame that we have to talk about shit like this. And I'm going to just go ahead and say it because there is an elephant in the room, right? And you know me, I like to address that motherfucker first. Anton Daniels, is he a tether? Possibly, right? He could possibly be a tether. He could possibly be married to a tether. He could possibly have a tether family. All of that. All of that. All of that could be true. And I'm 100% in step with FBA. Right? But right is right and wrong is wrong. So let's say I'm going to give you everything. I'm going to give you the advantage. Let's assume that Anton Daniels is a tether. Let's assume his wife is a tether, his kids tethers, right? Let's assume all of that. Let's just assume, run with it. Let's just run with it. Does that give a person the right to say, to get like you invite the man to your show, and when he sits down and start, see, that's what I'm talking about. That's that ass kissing. Is that masculine, bro? Here's my thing with Corey Holcomb. I always seen him as a voice of the real ones out here. The real ones out here. Not out here trying to do shit for, like, trying to be tough for social media. That leads you into, that takes you the other way. Right? When that man started talking, it was no reason for Corey Holcomb. And I told you I like this guy, right? When Anton Daniels started talking, it was no reason for Corey Holcomb to start yelling, screaming, see, that's what I'm talking about. That's the ass kick. That was very feminine. That was very feminine what Corey Holcomb did. I'm sitting there watching. I couldn't believe what I was watching. Now, you heard me call Anton Daniels prissy, right? But he's the one sitting there calmly stating his case. And then you got this guy who's supposed to be the tough one, and he's yelling and screaming. Like, bro, settle down. What are you so worked up for? And then I started looking at Corey Holcomb even more. Like, bro, this nigga is emotional as shit. He's very emotional. And there's nothing wrong with his men. Don't get it twisted. I'm talking to these men, man. Don't get it twisted. There's nothing wrong. Absolutely nothing wrong with being emotional. What's the problem is when we let our emotions get the better of us, right? I know that's me at my worst. When my emotions get better of me, that's when shit gets bad. For me and for people around me. So why is this guy on his own show, surrounded by his own people, yelling and screaming? And what really pisses me off is, hey, shit happens. Corey Holcomb, he's a human being. I don't expect perfection from any man. Like, in my opinion, Corey Holcomb is free to have a bad day. And I can see that interaction between these two. I could just chalk it up as a bad day. I could do that. And just give grace and say, hey, the guy he was off that day. He had a bad day. But you know why I can't? Because you got cocksuckers on the internet, Ticket TV, like these bunch of men hopping in the beef, taking sides. They don't know shit. Just taking sides. Well, I like him, so anything he does is okay. And I don't like him, so everything he does is fucked up. We got these grown men hopping in it, acting like bitches. I promise you, I would say the same thing to your face because it's true. Right? It's true. We got a bunch of cheerleader dudes out here taking sides. They can't wait to see two men have a disagreement, argument, so that they can take a side. It's all entertainment for these cocksuckers, man. Oh, he's conservative, so I'm against him, and he's just wrong about that's stupid shit. And I'm gonna tell you now, if you still judging people, like canceling people and making friends based off of this dumbass liberal conservative bullshit, Democrat Republican bullshit, like that, you still living in the 60s. We graduated off that. We graduated off that. Corey Holcomb, bro. And then this latest stunt, Corey Holcomb. Here's the thing. Anton Daniels goes to Corey Holcomb's show. Corey Holcomb starts yelling and screaming, calling Anton Daniels an ass kisser. See, that's that ass kissing. That's that ass kissing I don't like. Man, look. Once you say that to a man, he's liable to say anything. So that happened, and Anton Daniels called him a dick sucker. Several times. Several times he sat there and calmly called that man a dick sucker. So then, Corey Holcomb, emotional, gets up, hops up out of the seat, try to walk up on Anton Daniels, right? Now you heard what the man said. But when he walked up on him, he wasn't walking up on him ready to go. He wanted to walk up on him and say, hey, repeat it again, repeat it again, repeat it again. Little kid shit. We all heard Anton Daniels say it several times. But Corey Holcomb needed him to repeat it again to get active. See, this is what happens when you try to get tough. Now we're gonna analyze your whole act. You an actor, bro. You an actor. And it's crazy that I'm making this video about Corey Holcomb. Cause like I always seen him as a real one. But that little stunt right there, real recognize real. Real recognize real, bro. That wasn't it right there. You look real weak right there, bro. You ain't even think about letting your hands go. You wanted him to repeat it. Repeat it again, and again and again. And then when we repeat it, you want him to say it again. Like, a real man ain't gonna repeat himself. You heard me the first time I said it. You heard me the first 3 times I said it. So why am I repeating myself? Like, this ain't middle school. So then, typical female, right? Typical butthurt female. Situation happened. You guys were like 6 inches apart. Nobody threw hands. Now that Anton Daniels is miles and miles away, these guys are miles away from each other. Now guess what's happening? Now, the tough guy, Corey Holcomb, he's bringing this guy's family into it. His daughter, his wife, and shit. Like, bro, doing shit that cannot be defended. But guess what? You still gonna have the usual suspects defending it. Because it's all about who they like. It's all about who you niggas like. You know what that means? You a sucker. You know what that means? All you dudes, I guarantee you can't even tell your friends the truth. See, here's the thing. My friends know what they can and can't do around me. They know what's going to be accepted and not accepted around me. My friends know that they can't talk about nobody's wife and children around me. Do that make me Superman, tough guy? I'm not saying if they do it, I'm going to beat their ass. I'm not saying that. No. I'm not going to be around if you're doing that. I'm not going to be around that. I'm going to remove myself from your presence. That's all. We're not going to be friends if you think that's cool. See? But a lot of you weak dudes, and I don't give a fuck how big you are, none of that shit. None of that shit mean nothing. Because in actuality, a lot of y'all are midgets, bro. It's all about who you like. No, me and Corey, we cool on YouTube. That's my YouTube buddy. So I can't tell the truth about Corey. Fuck out of here. That's why we at where we at. That's why. I've seen the Anton Daniels has done a lot of shit that I didn't like. A lot. See? And Corey HOLCOMB has done a lot of shit that I like. But this right here, this ain't it. Men beefing for no reason, this is what I see this is. Like, if Corey HOLCOMB just sit down and talk to that man like regular, even if you disagree, take his argument apart. Why you yelling and screaming, like, getting him, like, nah, that wasn't it. That wasn't it. But I gotta have some advice. Don't invite dudes to your show that you think have a intellectual edge on you, right? If you can't take them apart intellectually, if you can't like deconstruct his arguments with your words, don't invite him to your show. Because see, the only thing that's going to happen is you're going to get frustrated and you're going to end up looking stupid. Right? You're going to get frustrated and you're going to end up looking stupid. Somebody going to win and somebody going to lose. See? I saw the Anton Daniels with that what's that butt pirate, that dude? That made me feel very uncomfortable. The way he was talking to that dude, the shit he was letting that dude say to him. So Anton, he got his own shit. This ain't about that though. See? This ain't about that. Anton Daniels could be a stone cold alphabet guy, for all I care. What Corey HOLCOMB did still would have been wrong. You see? Anton Daniels could be a white man. Corey HOLCOMB still would have been wrong. See? Do you understand that? Because right is right and wrong is wrong. It's not about who you like. It don't matter what identity you want to put Anton Daniels on. Corey HOLCOMB would have been wrong. 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 And once you disrespect the man, you can't judge the level of his response. Once you call me an ass kisser, once you call me an ass kisser in front of a bunch of people like that, I can talk shit. I can call you a dick sucker. I can call your mama a dick sucker. I can do whatever the fuck I want. Because you disrespected me. And when you disrespect a man like that, I'm telling you, cause I like to what's the word? I like to nip shit in the bud, right? When you dealing with that type of disrespect, to me, the play to do is to go right to the parents. So you sit down, Corey HOLCOMB start yelling and screaming, I'm gonna start talking shit about your parents. Why? Because that's who raised you. They must have raised you to think this is acceptable. So your mama ain't shit, nigga. Your daddy. See, I'm gonna go there, right in front of your fucking face. Come on, y'all. Come on, let's graduate. Let's graduate. Let's be adults out here. Let's be adults. Anyway, that's all I got. If you like the video, bang off on that like button one time. Peace.